Welcome to the Montana Women's Run on the Q2 streaming app.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the start line of the Montana Women's Run. We are in downtown Billings. Thanks for joining us live on the Q2 streaming app. I'm Diane Parker, and
I'm Alina Howder. It's bright and early. The weather's super nice out right now. We're just waiting for the runners to hear that bang so that they can start.
yeah, I mean, there are thousands of women. So every year, this Women's Run, their goal is to have about 10,000 women in downtown Billings, all running to support health and fitness for women and supporting so many great causes that also support women and children in our community here in Montana. And this is just such a great event. And look at this, you guys. I don't know if it's hundreds or thousands, how many people they have out this year, but we were told by the organization that they're expecting about 5,000 women to be out this year. And that's just because in the couple of past years, they've had the virtual option with the pandemic, right? And
oh, yeah,
that was popular. So we've heard that was popular. So a lot of folks this year probably choosing to go a little bit virtual, but still 5,000 people down here.
Absolutely, and this is the first women's run that's been around in a couple years because of the pandemic, so it's really exciting. And the Women's Run since 1994 has donated over $1.5 million to the Billings community, which is pretty amazing if you think about it.
It really is. Let's pause for a minute and listen to this song that we have going on.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Woohoo! All right. Well, that is almost the beginning. A wonderful start in downtown Billings. It's an exciting day. It's so great to see everyone out here, right, Alina?
It really is. It really is. And we're only 3 minutes away from the beginning of the Women's Run. I mean, I'm so excited to see these women either walk or run, just promoting health and fitness, which is pretty amazing. Summer is coming.
I know, and the health and the fitness, it ties right back into our local community. So I know the Women's Run, they are huge supporters. So all of the funds raised when folks go ahead and buy these amazing t-shirts we should show you that we're wearing along with the sea of women in the background. But they register and they get their t-shirts and all of that. And the money raised, I think they've raised $1.5 million back since, well, they started in 1982 and they started raising funds in the 90s.
Yeah,
so that's when they got big enough, since 1994. And that money, it goes back to several local organizations. I know one of them is the YWCA of Billings. I'm on the board for that, and I know the YWCA is such a great organization. They help women and children in our community. They're focusing on issues like domestic violence, preventing domestic violence. Of course, they have the Gateway Shelter.
Oh, yeah.
They have other shelters that, are in the region, and they're helping all kinds of women.
Yeah. Not only that, they help out with children's services and sexual assault services, which is really important to the community. What would women do without those services?
Right, and they're breaking ground on a new shelter, so I know all the funds that come in from the Women's Run always greatly appreciated by the YWCA. We'll hope to chat with someone from the YWCA a little bit later this morning. We are going to be broadcasting live here on the Q2 streaming app until 10 o'clock this morning. All right, we've got to scoot out of the way just a little bit so we don't get run over when the racers run by.
Yeah, it looks like these women are getting ready. They're pumped up, ready to go. We're going to hear that gunshot soon.
Good morning, ladies.
Here's Ziggy.
Good morning, ladies. You can do better than that. Good morning, ladies. All right, let's get this thing going. on my command. On your mark, get set, go!
And off they go.
All right, there they go. Look at them. Now, this is an event. This one right now is the 5 mile, of course, starting at 8 o'clock. The 2 mile race starts at 9 o'clock, and that's usually where we're going to see more of the racers who aren't quite as competitive. So a lot of women choose to do this competitively. They've got their numbers on. Alina and I will be down at Sky Point at the finish line later today announcing all the winners, because some people, they take this very seriously. You can see the few that just kicked right off at the start, and then you've also got those who are just walking. A lot of generations coming out to enjoy this event. Like, here's a cute little girl coming by with her mom. But we see a lot more of those moms and strollers and grandmas probably at the 9 o'clock start than we're seeing right now.
For sure. And this is a family event, which is pretty amazing. You know, you see a ton of families, parents, children. So great to see all these shining faces out here so early in the morning for such a great cause. You know, a short history of the Montana Women's Run. It was first held in 1982 at Pioneer Park in Billings. And like Diane said, it was actually created from the Yellowstone Rim Runners Running Club, who wanted to put on a race for women. And those women have been managing that club there over the years, and they couldn't compete until that race started from the Rim Runners Running Club. So it's pretty amazing how far this race has come since so long ago.
Right, and I think it was just something nice, just looking back into that history of the women's run a little bit. The men's group of the Yellowstone Rim Runners, they wanted to just put on a nice event for the women who always do so much hard work, and they gave it a really good effort for a few years and started this wonderful event back in 1982, you know, making this the 41st anniversary of this event. And then guess what happened?
What happened?
Well, they had about 200 attendees at the max, and so the women Rim Runners said, hey, we're going to take this back over and we're going to blow it up. And then it turned to about 500 women attending the next year after the women Rim Runners took over.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's just pretty amazing to see how many women come out for this event.
I know, yeah.
And whether it's virtual or in person, there's still thousands of people that take part in this event every year.
Yeah.
So we have a very important person with us right now. We have Mr. Bill Dutcher. He is with us live here at the start line of the Montana Women's Run. And Bill, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you were actually part of the original Yellowstone Rim Runners, right?
I was president of that one year. Come back to recapping. I remember the first women's run. I was over at Pioneer Park. I just got done running up to the airport. I went down and helped with the first one in 1982, and then I've helped ever since then. I loved working with my father. We were always down at the finish line, and then he died 30 years ago this year, and then after I moved up to the starting line after taking his place, and have been here every year since then with all of the wonderful volunteers, and it's just so much fun to see the spirit of all these wonderful ladies and generations of grandmothers and mothers and babies in strollers, and it's just fun every year to be here, especially after the last two not being here like this.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, what has it been like for you being able to see how the women's run has evolved over the years, especially with that virtual run?
Well, you just talked to my daughter, for instance. She just turned 29. She did her first one when we had the starting line at Wendy's when she was 6 weeks old, when I was at the starting line down there.
Oh my gosh.
And so when you see these generations and the smiles, Ziggy Ziegler's always our starter up there, and he just shot the gun. And to see the people and smile, and we have Commissioner John Oslin back here and his wife Christy and daughter-in-law Christy's daughter that just sang the Star Spangled Banner, and then all the wonderful volunteers and the law enforcement. We look at our police force and our sheriff's department, and it's just exciting. And to see all you and the media people are all here every year, and the Planet has all the music going and firing up the neighborhood. It just is wonderful.
Right, it's so much fun. We should thank all of our law enforcement officers. They do such a great job. I know they get out here really early in the morning.
So appreciated. Yeah. And you know, people take notice. It wasn't like that in those early years, having all that kind of support. Yeah. And as time goes on, it just and just to see the smiles on everybody, and then we used to have the two races used to be, as they got so big, they were way too close together.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Ziggy would be up there, and the 2 milers were mixed with the 5 milers, so they have a complete 1 hour separation to
Yes.
get one totally on their way, and then get the national anthem, and Ziggy with his starter's pistol, and do it again for the 2 miles. So.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And I think a great aspect of the women's run is the fact that people don't just have to run, they can walk, they can go at their own pace.
Every year, the wheelchairs, there's people that come by, and the folks in the wheelchairs are smiling and beaming, and somebody's pushing them, and the nice thing is everybody's welcome. My wife last night, as she was getting all ready for today, well, we were going through some of the things. She used to be a racer, like a lot of the folks I know, and now just to see that you can walk, and it doesn't matter how fast you go, how slow you go, and to be out on a beautiful, and your weather that you, of course, Channel 2 did a great job predicting the weather. It's perfect this morning.
Right? Good job to Miller and Ed. Little shout out there for,
shout out.
We thought we might be getting some rain, but you guys, it is sunshine downtown, and we might have to throw on the shades in a little bit because it's such a great, beautiful day. Yeah. So tell us a little bit, Bill, about the Yellowstone Rim Runners and how this event started in the very beginning.
Well, they started, and in fact, I saw Dave French go by a little while ago, Dave Kopic. Oh, we could go on and name names forever. But I had just come back from Bozeman the year I started working at Metra, and I knew some of the folks at the running club in Bozeman, and all of a sudden I was over at Pioneer Park, and Don Blankenship and I were there, and here was, the fun people started having the rim runners, started having those fun runs, and over the years, that was our social life for years, was the Valentine's Day runs, the St. Patty's Day runs.
Yep.
And it didn't matter what the occasion was, it was just to have fun and have a pop and a beer afterwards. And just a wonderful group of, and the nucleus has stayed there. I think of Jim Steckel, a lot of the wonderful people that we've lost over the years. But Eckie has done a great job, and Karen Sanford Gall, and we could go and name a lot of names,
right.
But that electricity of that year-round running group has kept it alive over the years.
Right.
Renee Kopic now, and a lot of them that are taking charge, but it's been a group that has been welcoming to anybody. It doesn't matter the pace, and welcome everybody, and they run year-round, and
and also just a little history about yourself too, because we understand that you used to run in college, right?
I ran. I think back of my wife and I were talking about our running. We forget that we ran for all those years. I was at Billings Senior on some state champion cross-country teams. We just lost Barney Myers a couple years ago at 109 years old. And some track teams at Billings Senior, and then the running really took off in those early 80s. So I remember my dad and I, he won the over 35 and I won the under 35. There was only 2 age groups in the second Beartooth run in 1969 up the Beartooth Pass. There was no water stops. They just shot the gun at the bottom, and you went up to the observation deck. And then all the first Peaks to Prairies that we ran, and all the years. And I remember running the first Montana Marathon with former Commissioner Mike Matthew. There's a bunch of guys here today that ran that. We started the other side of Mold in 1981 and ran the 26 miles down to Dela Stadium. So a whole lot of runs over a whole lot of years, and mostly a whole lot of fun with all the great people in this community and the surrounding region that have run all these races.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, Bill, you used to be a runner. I mean, what does that mean to you? Have you gone to every single women's run since
I've been part of helping at every single one. And it's so nice to see things that, certain things die off and they go through evolutions. And it's nice to see something, and it's been so welcoming, and to see what it means. The smiles say it all, just to see what it means, and to know that people come from hundreds of miles away to get a hotel, spend time with their mothers, and go out and have some breakfasts and brunches and have a good time, and what it means to the businesses in town. It's just marvelous to see what it has continued to be and will continue to grow too.
Oh, absolutely. And Bill, thank you so much for being here. You know,
Thank
you're a
you.
staple of the community, and we love seeing you. And it's
Nice talking with you, and we'll look forward to the 2 mile.
absolutely, absolutely. We will see you there.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you. That was Bill Dutcher, staple of this community. He's been to literally every single women's run that has gone on. It's pretty amazing. So we're just gonna wait for the finish line, I suppose. We have people over there waiting to cheer on, wearing women's shirts, and
All right, and we are
great.
going to interview someone from the Billings Police Department. We have Sergeant West with us here, and thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys do so much great work. I know you are doing so much on the logistics side of things with the streets to put on this women's run event to help out with this every year. Tell us what all goes into this, because I have a feeling it's a lot.
So basically, the planning through the city, and then we determine with the intersections how many officers we need. We got 15 officers out here this morning. Basically, assign them intersections, do a safety brief, talk about things that could happen. Basically, the safety of the runners and safety to the public is our biggest concern. So we have intersections blocked along the whole course of the run.
All right, and how long does it take? How early are you guys actually out here, and what is the planning like? It's probably actually weeks or months in advance as well, too, right?
As far as the permits and all that, once the permit's obtained, that's when it comes to us and we start to put our planning together. But yeah, I would say probably a month out we start putting together how many officers we need. We formulate a little map here. This goes out to all of our officers so they know the route, they know what intersection they have. And then like this morning we had our public relations officer come in, and he was actually taking care of clearing the path of cars that weren't supposed to be parked. So I think we towed about 6 cars off the route this morning. So we were in at about 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay, wow. So towing cars off the route, I didn't think about that, but there's a lot that goes into this when you have thousands of women downtown for this event every year. And I know you guys are probably involved in all of the events that are downtown, you know, Alive After 5, all of that for streets, logistics, and everything. How does this event compare to all of those as far as the size or the street closures?
This one, and I remember back before COVID hit, it used to be like 20,000 people would sign up for this. I think I heard we were just about 5,000 for this. So this is a smaller event, which, I mean, the more the merrier for the city, but the smaller the amount of people, the easier it is for us to operate. We get used to as a department dealing with big stuff like this, so it's just kind of, we have our plans in place and the checklist that we check on and off, and we're used to it.
Right? Something that you guys do every day, keeping our city safe, keeping the residents safe. We want to thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No?
All right. Well, thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
All right. All right. Well, we're so glad that you guys are joining us. Q2 live streaming app here. If you're watching us right now, go ahead and share this live stream on your social media. We'd love to have all of your friends watching with us here on Q2. This is the first time that this event has been broadcast live, and it's exclusively here on the Q2 streaming app. Let's go ahead and head on over and visit with one of our county commissioners. We have John Osland here with us today, and we were talking with Bill Dutcher a little bit earlier. I feel like we are with some of Billings royalty from back in the day because you guys have been involved since the very beginning, and I know, like we mentioned earlier, this event has been going on since 1982. So John, tell us about your involvement in this event.
Well, Diane, welcome back. It's really good to see you. And
Oh, thank you.
This is such a great event for the community. I mean, this is kind of a wellness event. It's a community gathering spot. And the people that this draws every year, you see the smiles on their face. And, we had a couple of years shut down for COVID, and now it's great to see everybody back outside. My wife and my stepdaughter do the anthem every year, and just what a neat event.
Wow, very neat. So that was your wife and your daughter, like singing the anthem earlier. It was so beautiful. They did a wonderful job.
That's pretty important. This is a very patriotic event, and we like that. America needs that right now.
Yeah, very patriotic. So nice to see all the support down here. What's your favorite part about this event?
Well, I just love to see all the people. They come by waving and smiling, and you got grandmas and grandkids and a lot of runners, and it's just a gathering spot where everybody can come and have fun and relax. And what a beautiful day for it, huh? Isn't that nice?
It's so nice, and probably this event is bringing in folks from all around the region. I know it's one of the region's largest events for women, in this entire region, and just such a huge event here in Billings. It's probably a good thing for our local economy as well, right?
It's a great thing for the local economy. We've done done this a number of years in the rain. And Bill Dutcher and I went to school together, worked our whole career together. He was our Metro Park manager, and he's always been involved in helping this event get set up and that. So we've had a lot of county involvement, and we appreciate the help from them. Very nice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the local businesses that you see downtown. I know we're standing here by Miss Gigi's Sweets, where the Log Cabin Bakery used to be, and we're right here at the start line. And I must say, Alina and I grabbed a coffee before this event started. They have some donuts there. Just a lot of infusion into the economy going on when Yellowstone County gets to have large events like this, right?
I'm in for a coffee and donut in just a minute.
Okay. We can do that. Maybe we can go together, take a little break. All right. Well, John, is there anything else that you'd like to add this morning?
Thank you guys for being here, and thanks for helping promote this event that's so important to the community, and we really appreciate it. Very nice.
Yeah, of course. And thanks for your support, too. These community events are just so great to get out and support, and we're very excited that we're broadcasting live here on Q2 this year.
Yep, you're going to have a fun day.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Always a fun day, right, Alina?
Always a fun day.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, John.
Thanks. So good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you,
Nice
too.
to see you.
All right. Well, Alina and I are here at the start line. Not a lot of action going on right here because the women, they have taken off for the 5 mile.
Yeah.
And again, the 2 mile, which is the one where we see a lot of moms and grandmas, generations out in, strollers and
people
stuff.
over there,
There's a couple people just getting out here.
Yeah.
So that one will be starting at 9 o'clock. So, we heard earlier from Bill Dutcher that they used to run everything all at once. It was a little bit chaotic. Now they've decided to separate those, put a full hour in between, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because I believe there's about 5,000 participants in this women's run.
Yeah.
Which is quite a lot of people. That's just going to be out and about and walking and running. They shut down some streets. So, I mean, I didn't have a hard time finding parking. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, it is pretty early in the morning. Well, for you at least, right? Not for me, because I'm waking up on the morning show, so I got to give you a hard time about that. Okay, Alina?
Please do. I need it. I need it.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the organizations that the Women's Run supports. I know we mentioned earlier the YWCA is one of those big organizations that they support. We also have Billings Clinic, the Women's Wellness Fund.
Yeah. We have MSUB Women's Cross Country Scholarship, which makes sense because
it's all about health and fitness. Yeah. We also have the Billings Clinic Mammography Fund. So, of course, something there supporting women. Make sure that, if you're age 40 or over, you're out getting your mammograms once a year and, making sure that we are supporting the health and fitness. And that's what the Women's Run is all about here.
Absolutely.
We also have the Rocky Mountain College Women's Scholarship as well.
Yeah, and we have the Montana Amateur Sports Foundation, and we have some participants over here.
Okay, let's visit. Oh my goodness, a little baby. Hi, you guys. Good morning. Okay, let's have you guys introduce yourselves. Okay, baby first.
Baby first, that is Mr. Case. So he's 10 months old. First Women's Run. My name is Autumn, and then this is Grandma Deanna.
Okay, well, good morning, Autumn and Grandma and little baby here. Oh my gosh, so cute, the little Carhartt hat. So, have you guys been coming out to this event for several years? Is it your first year?
This is our first year. So, yeah. Yep, we're newbies.
What do you think so far?
So far, so good. Yeah, we're just doing the easy short round. And then finishing it up with the Orange Crush over at Tiny. So that's our run.
I like that the Women's Run, you guys, you can make it whatever you want. So the Orange Crush, if you don't know what that is, can you tell us what it is?
It's a really good drink. And once you have one, then you have several. Yeah.
Okay, only at Tiny. So you're a fan of the Orange Crush?
Absolutely. Yes. Got to get your orange juice.
Oh yeah. You got to get your vitamin C.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, it's a morning drink.
I mean, I would say it's a morning drink because morning mimosas. I mean, it's midday. That's appropriate. You guys are gonna work hard. You're gonna run or probably walk that. You're gonna walk that 2 mile. You guys deserve some fun.
Absolutely. So that's the plan.
What do you guys think of the shirts this year?
Oh, I like them. I like the green. Yeah, springy.
Yeah.
It's good.
We were supposed to have a rain today, but it looks like it's going to be clear. I mean,
it's Montana, right? You never know what to expect. You just got to go with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we never know. So, this is one for the memory books, right? Is this your first child, only child?
First child, only child as of now. But yeah, no, first one.
Can you say hi, Kate?
Yeah, say hello. Look at him. Like, what is going on here?
What do you think that he would be saying if he could talk? You can do the talking for him. Okay?
Yeah, he will. I think he's gonna enjoy all the people watching today. That's his favorite thing to do. So he's already enjoying the music and the excitement. So
I mean, and maybe a pretty good start to life here because he's getting his first TV debut here at the Montana Women's Run.
apparently, yeah, no, famous already.
Maybe
so,
he's going to be a
thank
future
you.
journalist on
You
Q2.
never know.
Yeah.
Lots of possibilities. So,
Absolutely.
well, thank you, ladies.
Of course.
Thank
Well,
you, guys.
enjoy the run. Enjoy the Orange
We
Crush.
will.
Have one on me,
Okay,
please.
we will. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. Enjoy your day, okay?
Well, I think we're going to take a little break here.
Yeah, let's take. I know that we have Matt who works at Q2. He is down at the Q2 building, of course, in downtown Billings. They have some cameras, our cameras up in the sky, like watching all the women running by and running and walking and whatnot. We will be having, I think at Q2, we do have a group of our staff members down there. If anyone would like to go say hi to them, maybe go say hi to some of your favorite weather people who gave us this really, really nice forecast for the day.
Oh, thank goodness, you know.
Yeah, give them a high five. I mean, I think they kind of deserve that because the sun is shining and we're not getting rained on right now. So definitely stop by Q2, wave, say hi to everyone. We have our signs over at Q2. We'll be cheering everyone on when they go by.
Signs and cowbells.
I forgot about the
Our
cowbells.
front desk girl, Lindsay, made sure to pull out all the stops for the women's run because it's so important. And we will see you shortly.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
is Alina Howder with KTVQ. I am here with Valerie Rowan, who has been here since the beginning. She participated in the first race back in the 80s. And I mean, Valerie, what is it like to see how it's evolved over the years?
Oh, it's really grown. So when we first started, it was small, but it was so fun. And then I think when we got to 5,000, we thought we were really doing great. So now it's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you going to do the long race? Are you going to walk it, or?
We're going to walk it, my friend and I.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And you're a nurse at Billings Clinic. I mean, what does it mean to you that, you know, funds from this race are going back into the Billings Clinic? And tell me about that.
No, I am a registered nurse there in neurosurgery. And it's just great to see the pouring out, the people that participate just for health reasons, and to be together, to gather. So it's huge.
Yeah, and then I heard that you got out of the nursing game and then you went back. I mean, why did you decide to go back?
Well, I retired a year ago, and then they're short of staff, so my physician asked me if I would come back and help, so I did. I like the career very much.
That's amazing. Just helping people, that's, you know, the point of this race, health, fitness, and just community. And I heard that you have all the t-shirts from all the women's races. Do you know how many you have?
I had a bunch, and I mean way back, until I finally decided I needed to thin this down, you know. So now I think about it, I maybe shouldn't have, but they were so fun. But yeah, I downsized.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think of this year's t-shirt?
I love them. I just think the girls that decorate them and design these are wonderful, and I've known those girls for a long time too.
That's amazing. And I know that with COVID, they had to switch to the virtual races. You did those as well, right?
I didn't do the virtual. I walked it anyway. So I'd go out and walk, but I didn't do a virtual. I just did it on my own.
Absolutely. And I mean, the point is to walk, keep your body moving. I mean, why is that so important as a nurse?
Yeah, well, it's good for everything. Your cardiac, your mental stability, and just being with others, and just exercising feels good. It makes you just feel better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I heard we were supposed to get rain today. Hopefully the forecast stays shiny and warm. You know, it looks a little dark out, but has rain or anything ever stopped you? I mean,
no, we've done the rain, we've done the snow, wet snow, and it's always just fun to get out. And like I said, I've been athletic for a long time in anything, so it's just it's a way of life.
Yeah. And do you have a particular race that is your favorite, or a particular memory that's associated with the women's run?
No, I think this is the most fun I've had. I do the Heart and Soul. This year we're going to do the Queen Bee Marathon. So as they come around, I kind of just join up as I see them. So, but this has always been the most fun, I think.
Oh, good. And I mean, do you usually run it with your friend or walk it with your friends? Do you run it with your family? What's the deal?
It's usually with my friends, and then as they get the children involved, which is always fun to get them started early, just having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's it like to see all these families, these kids, these people with strollers, even accessible like wheelchairs? I mean,
yeah, that's great, because everybody needs to be involved, and it doesn't matter who. That's the great thing about it. Anybody can come. So
absolutely. Well, thank you, Valerie, for your time. I hope you enjoy the race, you know, and this is going to be your 30th or whatnot. I mean, you have all the shirts to prove it, and thank you so much for your time.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and thanks for coming down for this.
Of course. So I think we're going to go back to Diane for an interview. We're just waiting for the 5 mile to start. It's going to start shortly at 9, about 25 minutes away. You can see all these people in a sea of green. These ladies are getting pumped up for the race, getting ready. You see all these families, and it's pretty amazing that anybody can come out and walk or run. People in wheelchairs can get pushed through. I mean, what an exciting time, and what a great day. We're going to take it to Diane. Diane's right here with me.
All right, guys, good morning. Alina and I are so happy to be out here at the Montana Women's Run, and we are just down here on 2nd and 25th downtown, and there's a lot of women and children gathering here. They're getting ready for that 9 o'clock, the shorter, more fun, that we see more walkers and strollers out on this one, because it's a little bit shorter and less competitive, I would say. But we have a group of women that we would like to introduce you guys to over here. So they have been out doing this women's run for several years, and they do this in honor of their mother who passed away. And we want to introduce you to Mel. She is actually an employee with us at Q2, and she does traffic for the station. You do a great job at Q2, and thank you so much for letting us interview you right now for this. So Mel, introduce us to your family and tell us why you guys are out here.
Okay, this is my sister Joan, my daughter Shelby, and her friend Brooke. They drove down from Missoula. This is something that we have been doing for many, many years as a tradition. This is how Shelby and I spend our Mother's Day. We probably started 35, 40 years ago. We have another sister that lives in Scottsdale that can't be here, so we phone in and do a Zoom call with her, and she walks along with us.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. You guys are actually having your phone on the Zoom, so your sister in Scottsdale can see exactly what's going on here in downtown Billings.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, we love it. And then we have a tradition, we all get to go for pedicures and lunch and everything afterwards, so we've been doing it for a long time. Really enjoy it. Get to see all the fun people out here.
Okay, and what do you think about this? I know you're Mel's daughter. Is this just a wonderful tradition? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part, I guess I would say, is getting to spend time back home with my family. I moved to Missoula about 6 years ago, and it's one of the biggest reasons I get to come back here. I can get time off from work. I can do all the fun stuff. My mom did it pregnant with me, so I've been doing it even before I was born. So it's just nice to keep the tradition going.
Wow, that is so cool that you were in your mom's tummy way back when. It can't be too long ago. You're still very young, but this is so cool that you're out here together. You guys are walking, and so did you take your daughter in a stroller too?
We never did strollers. We always did the wagon. We had to have somewhere to put all our stuff.
Okay, the wagon, that's so cute. I can just picture you guys doing this way back when.
At least today the sun's out a little bit, so that's nice. We've done it in the rain a lot.
Yeah, you never know with the weather, but today we're kind of lucky now. A breeze is picking up a little bit, but it's okay. It's still pretty nice downtown. So tell us a little bit. I know you two are sisters, so tell us a little bit about your mom. When was it your mom's birthday, and is this part of that celebration?
Her birthday's actually May 7th, which is today, and she passed away about 18 years ago. And so this is a really special time where we remember our mom, think about her all day, and glad we're doing something kind of in her honor too, as part of our group. So,
That is so special that you guys do this, and it's a family event, and I love that you also have brought in a friend to come down as well, because you need a good road trip partner and someone to support. Anything that we're doing supporting women is a good thing, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm here for the good time and to make sure she doesn't fall asleep at the wheel. So
that's what friends are for, right? We have each other's backs. Okay, well, is there anything else that you ladies would like to add?
No, happy Mother's Day to everybody.
All right, well, very, very happy Mother's Day to everyone. We'd like to show you guys a little shot of downtown Billings right now. Surrounding us right now, there's just probably hundreds of women gathering. I know the Women's Run each year they have a goal of having about 10,000 women participating. The most that they've had is around 9,000 women, and I know the pandemic the past few years, the run has had the virtual option and has actually only had the virtual option for a few years. So this year they are back in person. The women are gathering downtown. We have heard from the organizers of this event that they are expecting about 5,000 women total in person downtown participating in this event. So, not reaching that 10,000 number in person, but that is not something that was expected this year, just due to the pandemic. When they had the virtual options, that became very popular. And as we just heard from Mel and her family, a lot of folks have decided virtual is the way to go, because you can still support this event. It helps raise money, and you can actually stay at home, or you can choose to go out on a walk, like a walking trail, like Mel's sister does in Arizona. But we have a lot of different options. So this year they're expecting about 5,000 women downtown, and right now we're seeing hundreds of those showing up. The next race is starting at 9 o'clock. It's about 8:40 right now, so we've got about 20 more minutes of gathering here for women and children all in downtown Billings, and this is all to support women's health and fitness and supporting wonderful organizations. They donate a lot of money to women's and children's organizations around Montana. We want to thank the Women's Run for all that they do. All right, we'll give you guys another shot of the Women's Run, and I'll say goodbye for right now.
You're fun. Hi guys, it's Alina Howder with Q2 and
I'm Diane Parker. It is so great to see you. We are downtown Billings at the Women's Run. We are at the start line. Hundreds of women are gathering, getting ready for that 9 o'clock start. That is the shorter race. The 5 mile kicked off earlier this morning at 8, and the 2 mile is just getting ready to kick off at 9. So I think we're about 10 minutes.
yeah,
Or so.
absolutely.
Great ladies here with us. We have Missy and Rachel. So we want to know, how long have you guys been doing the Women's Run, and why do you do this?
This is actually my first time doing it, and she invited me. And I've been doing it since, and it's going to be a great race.
How long? Yeah.
I've been doing it since year 2009.
Oh, wow.
This is exciting. It's really exciting. My ex-mother-in-law got me into this, and it's just been wonderful.
Oh, that's
Wonderful.
amazing.
Yes, it was wonderful.
I mean, what has it been like seeing how the race has changed over the years?
Dramatic, especially the last couple of years when we didn't get to gather and things like that. The virtual was really cool, but to get together all of this and bring it back out again, enormously feels like it coming back to Billings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you guys are at the front of the line. Why the front?
Just get her done. Just get her done.
Racing competitively today. Are you going to walk it, or are you going all out trying to win?
We're going to do both. I think we're going to just do both. We're going to run it and walk it. She's got to want to do it in 30 minutes. She's going to kill it in 30 minutes, she says. I'm pushing 47. I don't know. Go on the cookie. I think the wind's behind us. Bring it on.
I know that wind. I mean, you think that's going to hinder you guys?
No. Just going to push us to get her done faster. That's right. She's going to help us push us down.
Alina and I will be announcing the winners at Sky Point on the stage a little bit later this morning. So if we see you guys, we're definitely giving you a high five, okay?
Yeah, ladies, thank you for talking to us and good luck in the race. Yeah, absolutely.
We're so glad that you guys are joining us here on the Q2 streaming app. Let's take a walk this way.
Yeah.
See what we have going on. I know this is the 41st annual Women's
Yeah.
Run. Started back in 1982. They started raising funds for organizations, women's organizations in this community, and they've been doing so ever since, donating $1.5 million since the 90s. That's when this race grew large enough that they were able to actually start taking that money and putting it towards great causes like the Billings YWCA,
Yeah.
supports women and children, and
Absolutely.
such as domestic violence, providing shelters for women and children in this community.
Not only that, they also donate to the Billings Clinic. I believe they donate to the Cross Country Scholarship Fund, which is pretty amazing. You know, this race is about promoting health and fitness. And as you can see behind us, all around us, there's women and men of all ages. There's kids here. There's babies with strollers. I mean, it's so great to see all these shiny, smiling faces. Even though that wind, though.
I know the wind. I keep trying to fix my hair and it gets in my face, but I guess that's just what happens when you're doing live TV in downtown Billings in Montana. But you know what? The weather was really great earlier this morning for the start of that 8 o'clock race. I mean, the sun was out. We were thanking Miller and Ed and Matthew, all of our great weather forecasters, our meteorologists at Q2, because they had provided a really wonderful start to the race this morning. So just a beautiful day in downtown Billings for the Montana Women's Run. I know some of those other organizations, I know they give money back towards the Billings Family YMCA as well. So the YWCA and the YMCA, all of these, of course, supporting women's health and fitness. And Alina, I know we were talking a little earlier, but let's recap that history, because this, it started way back when, and it was the Yellowstone River.
Oh, yeah. Back in the 80s. I mean, I think 1982, we've spoken to a couple people who have actually done every single race since the beginning, which is pretty incredible to see.
And the fact that they have all, I think, 41 T-shirts in their closet.
Yeah.
How do they fit them? 41 years of T-shirts from the Women's Run. Okay, we should show you guys. I mean, you see all the women here with their green T-shirts, but Alina and I, we're sporting ours too. We're part of the fun. We're part of supporting women in downtown Billings today. And this is actually, it's not just about downtown Billings. It's one of the largest women's events in the entire region.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the short race is starting in less than 5 minutes, which is pretty amazing. And we're probably going to get ready for that.
Let's take a view of that, and we'll check in with you at the start line in just a few.
Absolutely.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning!
Are you ready? We can't hear you. Are you ready? On my command, on your mark, get set.
Go, Robin, go!
Go, girls, go!
Robin!
And we're seeing a sea of people as they go by. Women, kids, some people running, some people walking. It's pretty amazing. It's a little windy right now, but you know, people are still smiling, people are having a good time, and I'm sure they're ready to support women all across the community. You know, this women's race is for a great cause, all about health and fitness. They actually had some women's clinics before. How you doing today, ma'am?
Good, thank you.
Thank everyone for joining us here on the Q2 live streaming app. It's so great to have you watching this event, the Montana Women's Run. This is the 41st annual Montana Women's Run right here in downtown Billings. Hi, so great to see everyone. Give us a little wave when you walk by.
You know, I love the energy right now. Woo! That's amazing.
Idaho, very cool. Women
Yeah.
all over the region. Hello, hello.
People are so happy, you know, such a good cause.
Yes, supporting women's organizations all around Montana. I love seeing, oh my gosh, here's a little cute little girl running by. I love seeing this.
Aww. Look at her go.
Come out
Yeah.
to support this event.
Absolutely. That little girl runs faster than I do.
Me too. I did put my tennis shoes on today, but I am definitely not the competitive type in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
If I was walking, I'd be walking.
I could walk it. Yeah, same. Man, the sea of people, you know, it's never ending, and you know, this lady's got her tutu, which is pretty amazing. You know, love the spirit.
So this start today, the 9 o'clock start is for the 2 mile. The 8 o'clock start was for the 5 mile. The 2 mile, definitely a lot more folks coming out for this one. I think the 5 mile is the more competitive, and Aline and I will be announcing at Sky Point later today the winners of the competitive part of this race.
But honestly, yeah, Diane, you know, everyone here is a winner today.
Really, everyone that came out, that woke up bright and early to be down here in downtown Billings, you are a winner because you are helping to support women's organizations and women's health and fitness, which is what the Montana Women's Run is really all about.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and it's so cool that the women's, even though it's a women's run, you know, we see men in this run as well, trying to support the cause, trying to contribute towards the YWCA, the Billings Clinic, And I believe they had running clinics before this in preparation for the women's run.
Yeah, they have had running clinics every year in preparation for this. Of course, taking a break during the pandemic with everything virtual, but it's a great way to get women and children involved of all ages. They really promote that. Health and fitness is for all ages. So they have clinics, I believe, for 8 years and younger, and then they have clinics for older women as well. I know we're seeing people out here today in all ranges, from babies. We talked with a little, well, maybe not talk, but we showed you a cute video of a little 10-month-old baby earlier today. And then, you know, we've seen women here in their 90s.
Yeah.
It's so great to see everyone out and about enjoying this day in downtown Billings.
Oh, for sure. It really is. And it's just so crazy to think that this started in 1982 and it's still going strong today. And even with the pandemic, you know, they made things work. They made a virtual run for people who couldn't be out here in person, and I believe people are still doing the virtual run and trying to keep up with the women's run
Right,
via
it was
that.
actually a way that they could extend their reach a little bit because folks are participating virtually from all across the country. We spoke with, you know, a family today, and their sister was in Scottsdale, Arizona, and they actually, the folks that were here in Billings, they have their camera on Zoom, and so they're Zooming and they're taking their person right along with them so that they can feel like they're right here in Montana, and that's pretty cool, the virtual participation.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's crazy to think that the first run only had 200 people, and now there's about 5,000.
Right, and in the years when they've had the most participation pre-pandemic, they were seeing upwards of 8,000 people. I know their goal has always been to get 10,000 people here in downtown Billings supporting women's health and fitness. But this year we are hearing that goal was about 5,000 attendees here in person, with of course many more participating online virtually as well. And all of that, of course, going to such great causes. All of that money being donated right back into the local community.
Oh, absolutely.
Here in Montana. This is one of the largest women's events in the entire region. I think it's the largest women's run in the state of Montana.
I believe so. Yeah. And as of 2021, the race has donated over $1.5 million to benefit local women's services. And those major recipients, like we said, the Billings YWCA, the Billings Clinic Women's Wellness Fund, MSUB's Women's Cross Country Scholarship, the Rocky Mountain College Women's Cross Country Scholarship, and the Montana Amateur Sports Foundation. I mean, because this race is all about promoting wellness and fitness and health and just
health and fitness.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive the money that they've been able to raise. Like you mentioned, Alina, though, 1.5 million since the 90s. I know the event started back in the 80s in 1982, but the 90s is really when it picked up enough and they got enough funds raised that they were able to start giving back to the local community. I know I heard last year they were able to raise $90,000, and that was still with the pandemic and things like that still going on, which affected their numbers a little bit, but still $90,000, very impressive to raise that money and give it back. I know it makes a huge impact on our community, and all of those organizations like the YWCA, the YMCA, the Billings Clinic, everyone, so they really appreciate that very much.
Oh, absolutely. And even those scholarship funds, you know, so people can continue their education. And it's amazing that $90,000, even though we were in a pandemic, people still stepped up and, you know, tried their hardest, and that's what the community is all about.
We have a very giving community here in Montana. So, you know, if you are a participant, whether it's virtual, maybe you're virtual, online watching us at home today, we want to thank you for participating, as well as everyone who was able to make it down here in person today. I want to mention a little bit about that history. I know that it started back in 1982, and it was something that the Yellowstone Rim Runners decided to put on. This is a running group in town, so they had the men's version of that and the women's version of that. I want to point out somebody standing over here, Bill Dutcher. So we talked with him a little bit earlier this morning. He was involved in this event from the very beginning. He was one of those original Yellowstone Rim Runners, and look at him. He is still here today. He's got his scissors. He is here helping with all of the logistics of this event. He's one of the first people that was out here this morning that we ran into. It's just folks like Bill Dutcher and
Ziggy Ziegler.
And the community. Everyone puts their heart and soul into this event. And it all, you know, the culmination of it is all today, right here at the start line, which is actually pretty slow right now because all the women, they've taken off They're on their route, and they're going to end up at the finish line,
Yep,
which
yep.
is where we're going to see you back here in a
Yeah.
little bit. We'll be at the finish line watching everyone cross.
Absolutely. And then, you know, that wind is pushing them towards the finish line.
It
and
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also blowing our hair
Messing
all
up
around.
our
So,
hair.
we apologize for any bad hair days that you're seeing right now, but
Hey, I never
it's all
have a
for
bad
good
hair
cause.
day.
How do you never have a bad hair
Just
day?
kidding. Every day is a bad hair day for me.
No, you always look gorgeous, along with all the rest of the women out here today and the children. And it's just been so wonderful to see all of the families. And we're going to say goodbye for now. We'll show you some video that we're streaming here live on the Q2 app of the women running by. I know we have a team at Q2 with our signs and the cowbells, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cheering people on. So if you are watching this, we'd ask that you go ahead and share this on your social media. This is the exclusive live streaming experience that you're watching here on the Q2 app, and we really appreciate you guys turning in. And go ahead and share it, comment, tell us why you like the women's run and why you've been involved.
Yeah.
Great to see everyone.
Great to see you.
We'll see you at the finish line.
Yeah.
right, we want to welcome. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, check, check.
Mic check 1, 2. We're here at the 41st annual.
And welcome back. Diane Parker here with Alina Howder, and we are joining you right from the finish line, downtown Billings at the Montana Women's Run. This is the 41st annual, started back in 1982. And take a look at this. We've got hundreds of women just crossing the finish line. This is the end of the 2-mile race. Of course, the 5 mile started bright and early this morning at 8 o'clock. A little bit early for you, right, Alina?
Oh yeah, it was very early for me, but you know what? I wouldn't have missed it for the world just to see all these smiling faces promoting health, fitness, and wellness. You know, it's so amazing that the first race that ever started had only 500 runners in it, and now it has at least 5,000 participants of all ages. It's really amazing to see how it's evolved like that.
It's evolved so much over the years. Just last year, and that was still with the pandemic and everything going on, they raised $90,000. All of the funds from the Montana Women's Run going back into the local communities, supporting those health and fitness organizations like the YWCA of Billings and the YMCA, the Billings Family YMCA, Billings Clinic, a lot of organizations that are nonprofits that really support women's health and fitness. That's what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, we had some people at the Q2 station, you know, our meteorologist, Ed Miller, I think Matthew Hidalgo was there, and our front receptionist, Lindsay, you know, she made all those signs to support, and, you know, just making sure everyone has a good time and everyone's happy to be here.
All right, and we are going to visit with someone right now. A lot of women come out and support this event, support all of those organizations that support women in our community. And we have someone with us here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, because you are involved with something that is helping women related to cancer, right? Tell us about that. Tell us your name and what your organization is.
So I'm Melanie Frame, and I'm with Montana Cancer Control. They are a Department of Health and Human Services, and we provide PAPs or funding for PAPs, mammograms, cancer screening for cervical and breast cancer. And if anybody who income qualifies, we will get them, we will pay for their mammogram, their pap smear, any diagnostic work that they need to have done, which can really add up to a lot of money. And so if anybody's interested, they can call Riverstone Health here in Billings, or if they're in like the Hardin, Lewistown, Miles City area, they would call One Health, and we would be happy to help you. And it's available to everybody in the state, or as far as women who income qualify. It's a statewide program. And we just, we find cancer of women who wouldn't have been screened otherwise. And so we're just really proud of our program.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, what's it like to see all these women, you know, supporting women here at the Women's Run?
Yes, it's incredible. It's so fun to see all these women out. And and my daughter here, she's a runner. And she did very well today.
Yeah, tell us
how
your
did
time.
you do? Yeah.
I got first.
You got first?
Wow.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. Okay, what was your time?
I have no idea.
Okay, so were you doing the 2 mile or the 5?
The 2 mile.
Okay, so the 2 miles. So Alina and I are actually going to be announcing the winners under Sky Point a little bit later this morning. So I'm sure that we're going to see you on stage in just a little bit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's so wonderful to talk with you ladies. And of course, everything that you're doing ties right in with this event, which supports women's health and fitness. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, well, we are here, Alina and I, at the finish line of the Montana Women's Run, one of the largest events for women here in the region. and the largest women's run, we believe, in the entire state of Montana.
Yeah.
We mentioned we think the goal this year was about 5,000 attendees in person, many more virtually as well, because that option was introduced during the middle of the pandemic, but just such a great event.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of the pandemic, you know, I'm sure so many people are just happy to be back together in person, you know, after 2 years of virtual or not being able to gather. It's just so exciting to be able to see all these faces in person, and it looks like we have another guest coming in, and you know, some longtime women's run participants. I'm sure they're so happy to be here.
Yeah, we're going to chat with a few ladies here. They have been involved in participating in this for how many years?
22.
Okay, and tell us your names.
Jeannie Mansky.
Vicki Hammond.
Yeah, this is my mom.
Okay, so a mother-daughter duo here. You guys have been doing this for 22 years. Why do you come back every year?
Oh, well, this year just to show we can still walk with knee replacements and after surgery, and I just want to keep going with my mom. Well, she's in her late 70s. She just keeps walking every day. So.
Wow, I love that. And what do you think about this event?
Oh, I love it. It's part of the whole Mother's Day weekend. We also buy flowers together, and it's just a special weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That's so special. I love that. Do you guys do anything else to celebrate the rest of this Mother's Day weekend, or is this kind of like the big thing that you come out and do?
It's just the big morning thing, and then we go out to Get Ann's or somewhere, get flowers together, and see all the other women with their green shirts on getting flowers together. And then we go plant flowers, and then we hope it doesn't snow.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
They cooked dinner for me on Sunday, on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I mean,
That's so
what was
special.
it? What was it like with the wind pushing you guys behind you?
It's okay. It's a pretty nice day, actually. It's a little windy, but it's been worse in 22 years. We've had rain, we've had snow. So.
Yeah, and you guys have come out regardless, right?
Exactly.
What was it like not being able to come out last year? Did you guys participate in the virtual run?
We did. We walked along Alkali Creek, and we did it at the same time. And with my daughter this morning. She's a teenager. We didn't get her this morning, but we just had a nice virtual walk together out on Alkali Creek. So we still did it, yeah.
And we used to do the 5 miles.
Yeah.
We used to do 5 miles.
We cut back to the 2.
Yeah.
It's good to have options.
Great to have options. So, all right. Well, it's wonderful to visit with you, ladies. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Mother's Day weekend.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a great day. Well, there's just so much excitement here as all of the women and children are out here crossing that finish line. I mean, look at this, Elena. Here they come.
I know, and they all look so happy, you know, probably happy to be done walking.
Yes. And then they're going to go celebrate. Like we heard from a few ladies earlier today, they were going to head on over to Tiny's and celebrate with those orange crush drinks that they have.
Oh, man, I've never had one, Diane.
I may have had 1 or 2. I must say they're pretty good. I think they even delivered them during the pandemic.
Wow.
I didn't know was a thing, but there was a lot of new delivery options going on during the pandemic.
That's so funny. Speaking of which, I went to Guadalajara last night and I got a margarita to go.
Oh, nice.
So,
and you know, it was Cinco de Mayo this week and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a big week to celebrate, but primarily today and this morning we are celebrating women here in Montana, women's health, women's fitness. The Montana Women's Run started back in 1982, and look at this, just hugs, crossing the finish line. Marking the end of this special race for so many people this Mother's Day weekend, and we're just so glad that you guys are joining us here live on the Q2 streaming app. And we hope that you share our broadcast on your social media, share it with your friends, go home, watch yourself actually walking across the finish line, because we have all of that coverage here on demand. You can hop on, watch it anytime.
Anytime. And you know, the sun's shining now, and what a perfect end to the race. The wind has died down a little bit.
Such a perfect race. I mean, I was really going to have to give our meteorologist a little bit of a hard time at Q2 because, well, first of all, we were happy because they had forecast rain today, which I'm very glad that, you know, they didn't end up giving us the rain, but it was bright and sunny. Then it became windy, a little bit chilly, but look, the sun is coming out again.
Yep, it is. And all these people look so happy. They're smiling and waving. You can see some babies. You know, it's so cool that people can push their strollers and walk the women's run. Really an event for all ages, for women, for men, for kids, for those who are older. It's such an exciting day.
I mean, that's probably my favorite thing is seeing cuties like this in their little dino hats. They've got their little baby toys and their baby blankets. It's so cute seeing them all coming out today.
Yeah, you can really feel the excitement in the air. And you know what? I'm just happy to be here with you, Diane.
Me too, Alina. I mean, you know, you're not usually up this bright and early, especially on a Saturday, but it's a great day. It's pretty special.
It is a great day. And, you know, Mother's Day is coming up, you know. What a great way to celebrate. Celebrate all those mothers, all those women, even if you're not a mother.
Right?
Yeah.
But all the moms that do so much hard work, you guys are amazing. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah.
And the Montana Women's Run, of course, for 41 years has been going on, and since the 90s has donated $1.5 million directly back to our local community to help organizations that help our women and children. And that is the mission, is supporting the health and fitness.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe last year we had they have $90,000 that they donated and raised, even though they only had a virtual run. You know, that really says a lot about how amazing this community is and how they come together, you know, for all these great causes. It just makes me happy to be a part of the Billings community.
The Billings community is amazing when it comes to fundraising. I mean, I will say, being involved with several nonprofits in town, our community has come through, even during the pandemic. They've continued to support from not only the Montana Women's Run, but other huge events that we have in town. Relay for Life, for example, coming up. That's always that second Friday in July. And we have organizations like this that supports the YWCA, the Billings YWCA. I know all of the organizations have been highly supported even during the pandemic. It's very impressive to see the outpouring that this community has for women and children, and just all of the issues that are supported here to make our community the best place that it can be.
Yeah, and you know, not only the YWCA, but Billings Clinic, and I know they donate to a lot of scholarship funds for cross country and track. I believe for MSUB, which is pretty amazing.
Look at
you know?
this. We just had a lady run across the finish line. Oh my goodness, can we talk with you?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna visit. I just saw you. We just saw you running across the finish line. And you are how old?
94.
94. And tell us your name.
Norma Atwood.
Norma Atwood, 94 years old today, you guys, running across the finish line at the Montana Women's Run. Congratulations.
She's from Absaroka.
Wow.
I can't quite hear you in all this noise, but
It is very noisy. Okay, so 94. How long have you been doing this?
this is the first time.
Wow. Okay, awesome. Yeah. And are you guys related?
We're daughters.
Wow.
Stanford. So many daughters.
When I said I was going to do it, they thought they should protect me.
Oh, how sweet.
Dad was afraid that he'd lose her because she does these character things and he might lose her in here, so we had to come along.
So you guys came by and kept track of her. So what about the daughters? How long have you guys been doing this?
The first time.
All the first time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And what'd you guys think? I mean, it was your first time. What did you think of the run?
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, I've been sick all week, so it that was harder, or I'd have done better.
Yeah, but you still came out. You're still here. It's pretty amazing, and it's all for a great cause, you know? And we're happy to see you here. We're happy you finished.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us. We hope that you ladies have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
They're the one that told Mom about it.
Aw.
That's why we're here.
All right, we just heard from them. The reason why they are here is because they heard from another group of folks in Malta about this race, so they decided to come on out and participate. A lot of great stuff happens because of word of mouth, and especially when it's such a wonderful organization supporting women's health and women's fitness.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that people from all across the region come out to participate in this women's run, you know how far they will go to support the community and make sure that, you know, people are taken care of. It's pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, and we've even seen some folks out here that came from South Dakota, and the virtual racers we've heard as far away as Arizona. I mean, there's really people all across the United States
Idaho
participating in this. Yes, Idaho. But I don't know, my favorite, I know I mentioned this before, but my favorite is just the little cute little babies in their strollers. I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You can never start your fitness journey early enough.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'm sure a lot of people, you know, if it was their first time, I'm sure that they'll come back next year and keep it going, you know? It's just such an important cause.
A lot of tradition that we see at this event with folks crossing the finish line. Several of them, this is their 41st time crossing the line. They have all 41 t-shirts. Visited with several people too that have been doing this for over 20 years, and you know, they add more people to the family. Sometimes you see a woman running who's pregnant, and then you know what? They're walking this year with their kids as they grow up. It's pretty special to see.
Yeah, and you know that they'll be bringing their kids back next year, and you know, it'll become a tradition for those kids and the kids after. It's pretty special to see.
And it's also a pretty special time for us here at Q2 because we are streaming live on our Q2 app. And this is our first year of doing that, so we're so happy to see all of you guys tuning in and watching this. We hope that you share it on your social media. And you're watching this exclusively right here on the Q2 streaming app.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of folks will probably go home, watch themselves cross that finish line. Hopefully that sweet lady who is 94, hopefully she can find us on demand on the app. I mean, I feel like if she is out here at this and running across the finish line, she can handle that technology and find us on the Q2 streaming app, right?
Oh yeah, if she can run this, she can do anything.
I think she can do anything. Yep, a lot of strong women out here today.
Yeah, this is actually my first time emceeing an event, which is, you know, it's very exciting. It's our first time doing something together. It's a historic day.
It is a historic day, and it's so fun to be out here with you, Alina. This is awesome.
I know, I'm having the best time. Even though it's a little windy for my taste, but you know.
A little bit windy, but we'll handle it.
Yeah, we got this, we got this.
I love seeing people cheering, raising their hands up as they cross that finish line.
Oh yeah, me too. I love seeing people of just all walks of life, you know. Wheelchairs won't stop them.
Nope, nothing is going to stop folks who've been doing this for years and years. Oh, and even if it's their first year, which we visited with a few people, this is their first year starting that new tradition.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you see a couple little babies in wagons. That's so cute.
Oh my gosh, Peppa Pig blankets.
Love it.
Well, Alina and I will be down at Sky Point a little bit later this morning. We will be helping to announce the winners of this race. While we're seeing right now, a lot of folks just, I was going to say walking across the finish line, but a lot of folks skipping across the finish line like that cute little girl. But some people do this competitively. It's one of the bigger races, the largest women's race in the state of Montana. And so it's a big deal for those winners. We spoke with a girl who was one of the winners earlier, so we will see her again. But it's going to be fun to be down there at Sky Point too, just announcing the winners and congratulating everyone for their participation. Are you going to blow over?
I'm going to blow over. Absolutely. No, and it's so cool seeing just families come out here, you know, mothers, daughters, kids. You know, we see a bunch of moms rolling their kids across the finish line. It's pretty exciting to see.
And dads, like that dad right there, just packing the kid on his shoulders. I mean,
of course,
you know, a lot of fun, a lot of dedication to folks that come back year after year. And all of the funds raised for this, I know people, when they register, they get their lovely t-shirts like Alina and I are wearing, but the funds really all go towards a good cause. They've been able to raise, I mean, just last year $90,000, but all in all total back since the 90s, $1.5 million.
That's amazing.
Being given back to local organizations.
Yeah, so, like the YWCA, Billings Clinic, a bunch of scholarship funds, you know, giving young women the chance to pursue higher education. which of course is incredible.
Right, everything has a huge impact on the women and children of this community. That's okay. People are just so excited. They're really into it. So they walk across that finish line with some joy and knowing that they've been participating in something that's part of this greater community.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just a fun, exciting day, and looks like they're taking out the women's finish run line. Well, you know, everything's wrapping up.
Let's hope it doesn't blow away.
It's okay, we can go catch it.
Okay, that we'll get our run in. Okay, we might have to chase that down as it blows away.
Yeah,
if it does.
We'll get our steps in somehow. Hi, we have a mother-daughter duo with us. A very, very cute little girl. Hi.
Oh my gosh, adorable.
So cute.
What are you guys' names?
So Casey and Lexi Lawfrey.
Okay, and how long have you been doing this for?
I started in 06, and then she got to do it while I was pregnant with her. And I think we've missed 1 year since 2006. So I ran the 5 mile, and then, and then I came back and we walked the 2 mile.
Wow. So double participation today. I mean, you're
double
pretty.
dip.
That means you're a winner twice. Good job.
And this is my firstborn, Olivia. She got to do this in womb and hasn't missed a year yet. She's 5. Lexi's 2. Olivia, can you say hi? You want to be on the news?
Wow, that's crazy.
Olivia.
So both your children have been doing this since they've been in the womb.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And do you think the tradition will continue?
I think so. We partook on Tuesday for the kids run. Well, we showed up a little late, but next year. Right, Olivia? You like running?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lexi, do you like running? Or do you like being carried?
All right, so no stroller for you today. Did you do some carrying?
Well, I did some carrying, but my family, we have the stroller too. So it's a little bit of both. But with the 2 mile, they like to run.
Okay, well, I love that. So it's wonderful because, of course, this event is all about health and fitness. So good job, Mom, getting your kids out.
Way to go,
Thank you,
Mom.
Lexi. Let's go get a banana. We did all this for a free banana, right?
A free banana. I love it. Bribed with a banana.
Oh, okay.
And that is just really a great example of health. So thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Bye. Do you want to say bye?
Bye.
Awesome. Well, I think we're, we'll continue the live stream, but I think for you and I, we're probably going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. They're taking down the signs, and this has been the 41st annual Montana Women's Run, and we will say goodbye from Diane and Alina here at the finish line of the Women's Run.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Thanks for coming out and supporting.